There we go. Okay, so section 1.4 is about adding the real numbers. Okay, at first I will go over, okay, the knowledge in section 1.4 from the book, and then we are going to practice, okay, from the notes. Okay, so adding real numbers, okay, we're going to follow some rules. Okay, we're going to follow some rules. So this is on page 57 of the book. Okay, so I will just either ask you or me myself reading these rules. Okay, we have a review about them, then we pick up questions to do. Okay, so I would like to ask some of you guys read this rule for us, adding the sign numbers, same sign. Who want to read? How about start from you? Can you read for us this entire green box?
Okay, adding sign numbers, same sign. To add two numbers with the same sign, add their absolute values. The sum has the same sign as the addends. Example, 2 plus 4 equals 6, and negative 2 plus negative 4 equals negative 6.
Very good. Okay, thanks. Alright, so when we are going to add up two numbers with the same sign, okay, so 2 and 4, they're both positive, right? So what do we do? Add up their absolute values, and then the sum has the same sign as attendant. What's attendant? 2 and 4, they're both attendant, right? So when we are adding them up, okay, 2 and 4 same sign, so eventually the result must be positive as well. And we add up the absolute value of 2, absolute value of 4, they're both 2 and 4, right? They're 2 and 4, so that gives us a 6. When we are adding two negative numbers, same sign, right? Same negative numbers. Eventually we keep the same sign, right? Negative. And where do we get this 6?
The absolute
values for negative 2 is 2, absolute value for negative 4 is 4. So add up the 2 and 4 by 2 by 4 give us 6. But we keep the negative sign, okay? So this is adding up sign number with the same sign, okay? Alright, so next page. Add sign numbers with different signs. Alright, how about you? Can you read for us, please?
To add two numbers with different signs, find their absolute values, and subtract the lesser absolute value from the greater. The sum has the same sign as the added with greater absolute value.
Very good, thanks. When we're adding negative 2 by 6, my question for you, do they have the same sign? No. One is negative, one is positive, right? So if you're adding sign number with different signs, what do? We check which number has what? The greater absolute value, right? Absolute value for negative 2 is 2. 6 is what? Absolute value is 6, right? So we're using 6 minus what? 2, which give us a 4, right? And then what's the sign for the final result?
Positive.
Positive. Why? Because 6 is what? Greater than 2. Okay? So he's the majority, right? So he's more stronger, right? So we're adding a negative by a positive. Positive, this number has a greater absolute value. So the positive number is more stronger. So eventually the positive sign dominates the results, right? How about this one? 2 plus negative 6, right? Negative number. So, this negative number has a greater absolute value. So eventually the result will be what? Negative, right? And how do we get this 4? Use greater absolute value, which is 6, minus what? The 2 give us the 4. Right? Okay, so these are these. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, from the book. Okay, from the book. So now let's look at our notes. Alright. Rules for the adding. We just went over this. Both numbers are positive, eventually we get a positive number. Both numbers are negative, eventually we get what? A negative results, right? And if we have a positive plus negative, it depends on what? Depends on which number has what? The greatest absolute value. Okay, so yeah, we have already went over this. Okay, so this is the like for short. Okay, rules for shorts. Okay. All right. So there is an important note says there is a difference between the subtract key and the change of sign key, okay, on a calculator, okay. However, no calculators may be used in chapter 1, okay. So see, yeah, so no calculators will be used, may be used in chapter 1. So this chapter, no calculator in the exam, okay. All right, so if you have your calculator with you, have you noticed a sign like this? It is called a negative key, okay? And this key is for what? Subtraction key, okay? So I have the calculator with you so you can see, okay? This key is a subtraction key. This key is for what? Negative, okay, negative. So for example, if I want to input a what? A negative number, okay? So I will just input a negative 9 and see, it gives us a negative 9. Okay, this is a negative sign, okay, negative sign. You want to input a negative number in your calculator, press this button, okay, not as a subtraction button, okay. Alright, so let's practice, okay, let's practice, okay. So there are so many examples, questions. I will pick up some questions to do in together, and then the rest, we practice, in group, okay. Alright, so find each sum of these positive numbers. Okay, let's do question C together. 13.3 plus 1.9 equals, no calculator, and see what we can get. 15.2, right? You get it? 13.3 plus 1.9, right? So 3 plus 9 give us what? 2, but we have to carry 1, right? Carry 1 there, okay? So 3 plus 1 plus 1 give us what? 5. 1 we carry down, right? So 15.2. Does everybody know how to do the addition? Okay, so 15.2. Very good. Now the next example is find each sum of these negative numbers. Let's try question F, please. Negative 6.5 plus negative 14.2 equals negative plus negative. Eventually,
Negative 20.7.
negative 20.7. Just wait a second. Does everybody agree with negative 20.7? So why negative? Because they're both negative numbers, right? So we keep the negative. And then we're adding what? I'm going to add one, step here. We're adding the absolute value of negative 6.5, which is positive 6.5. By what? Absolute value of this number is what? 14.2. So 6.5 plus 20.2, or 14.2 give us 20.7, right? Then that's how we get negative 20.7. Everybody? Alright, can we move on? If you feel I'm doing too fast, just let me know. I will slow down and then repeat the question for you guys, okay? Alright, so next page. Find the sum of these mixed sign numbers, okay? I'm going to pick up some questions we can do together, and you can practice the rest. Question J. Negative 256 plus 133. Which number has a greater absolute value, the negative number or the positive number? 200 something, right? So eventually, we know the final result must be a negative number, right? Inside of parentheses, what we do? Use a larger absolute value, which is what? 256 minus what? Smaller absolute value, which is what? 133, right? And then this gives us negative 256 minus 133. 6 minus 3 is 3, 2 and 1. 123, right? So negative 123. Question K. 14.4 plus negative 18.2. Which number sign should dominate the result? Positive or negative? Negative, why? Because 18.2, right, is bigger than 14.4, right? So negative. Then inside the parentheses, we use a bigger absolute value minus smaller absolute value so 18.2 minus 14.4. 2 is not enough, so carry 1, right? Borrow 1. So we have a 12 minus 4 is 8. Well, here it becomes 7, right? 7 minus 4 is what? 3. 1 minus 1 gives us what? 0. So 3.8. Final answer is negative 3.8. You guys? So that's good? Okay. Well, this is how to add, the sign numbers with the same sign, with a different sign, okay? Now we are going to look at the order of operations, okay? I'm going to ask another volunteer read this box for us. How about you? Can you read for us?
Sure.
Yeah.
Review order of operations. Parentheses and brackets. So I guess parentheses, brackets, exponents, multiplication, or division, whichever comes first, work left to right. Addition or subtraction, whichever comes first, work left to right.
Very good, thanks, okay? So order of operations tells us if we encounter an entire line, where do we start from, okay? So we always have to follow this order. What order? If we have parentheses or bracket, we have to work on the parentheses and bracket. What does bracket mean? Parentheses looks like this, right? Bracket looks like what? This were, this is brace, right? So if we have a bracket and parentheses, we always do the parentheses first, and then, the bracket, right? But this is always a first, okay, among all of the other operations. After parentheses, bracket, what do we do? Exponent, okay, exponent, okay, so exponent is a higher level of the operation than multiplication, division, okay, and then if we have multiplication, division, okay, in the same line, what do we do? If we only have multiplication or division in the line, do it from the left to the right, okay. If we only have addition, subtraction, we do it from what? From the left to right, okay. But we all have to follow this order, okay, this order. Alright, so simplify these expressions by using the order of operations, okay. So let's try question C, and then also try question D, alright, and then I want to try question F, okay. So I pick up 3 questions we do together, okay. Alright, so question C. Negative 2 plus bracket 6 plus negative 1 plus 7. Yeah, we have a bracket, right? So we do it, do the bracket. So we copy the negative 2. Well, inside the bracket, we have addition, right? So only have addition, do it from the left to the right, right? So 6 plus negative 1 give us what? 6, negative 1, different sign. So 6 has a greater absolute value, so it's going to be positive, something like, so going to be positive. And then here is 6 minus 1 give us what? 5, right? So positive 5. and then add by 7. Negative 2 plus, what's 5 plus 7? 12, right? And the negative 2 plus 12, different signs. Which number has a greater absolute value? 12. Keep the sign of 12, which is positive. Then we do what? 12 minus absolute value of negative 2 give us 2. Eventually, it should be positive 10 is what? 10? Can you guys follow me? Everyone? Okay, so let's try question B with absolute value. Absolute value of negative 9 plus 13. Negative 9 plus 13. 13 has a greater absolute value, right? So it's going to be positive. Then we use 13 minus the absolute value of negative 9 is 9, right? 13 minus 9 give us what? 4. Six plus negative 11. Negative 11, right? Negative sign. Then we use what? Absolute value of negative 11, which is 11, minus what? 6 give us what? 5. So, absolute value of positive 4 is 4. Absolute value of negative 5 is what? Positive 5. So eventually answer is what? 9. Can we move on or no?
So if they have the lines between them, do we change the sign for the negative then?
What do you mean line between? This is absolute value, right? It's not a parenthesis. Well, if we have absolute value, we always have to simplify the expression, in the absolute value. Then we compute. So there's no way for us to get rid of the absolute value before we calculate, because we don't know what is the result for this. So that's why we have to do this, just like a parenthesis, right? If you have a parenthesis, you have to do with a parenthesis. Absolute value, same thing. We have to simplify the same, in between of the, absolute value. Then we can get rid of the absolute value. Depends on the sign, or depends on what value is, for the absolute value. Whatever positive or negative value, once we choose absolute value, they become positive. So that's why absolute value of negative 5 is positive 5. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Everyone? Question F. I'll give you 1 minute to think about it. Then I will show you, okay? Question F. We have bracket. So what we have to do is, the bracket, right? Inside the bracket, we have addition, do it from the left to the right. So 12 plus negative, inside the bracket, see, I didn't even see that, but now I saw that. Inside the bracket, we have a parenthesis, right? So when we have parenthesis, deal with the parenthesis, right? So that means when still copy 12, add negative 3 by 6, right, at first, because this is inside the parenthesis. So negative 3 plus 6, what do we have? Positive 3, right? Okay, so this is inside of the bracket, okay? We're adding the negative 18 there. Alright, bracket is also, it has the same function as what? Parentheses, right? So 12 plus 3 give us what? 15, and plus negative 18. Addition, no parentheses, nothing, just addition. So what do? Do it from the left to the right. So 42 plus 15, 57, plus negative 18, 57, the sign dominates the result, right? So it's going to be positive. And then we use what? 57, which is absolute value of 57, minus absolute value of negative 18 is what? 18. So eventually we should have, what is 57 minus 18? 39, right? Good. Everybody feel comfortable about these questions we have already done so far? Alright, so let's move on to the next page, okay? So on this page, we're going to have some application question and word problem, okay? This example, it's about write a numerical expression for each phrase and simplify the expression. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3 problems, okay? I would say that let's do the question C together, okay? Write a numerical expression for this sentence, or phrase, whatever we call it, and simplify the expression. What is 0.29 more than the sum of 3.56 and negative 2.41? 0.29 more than. What does more than mean? Adding or subtracting? Adding, right? More. Add. More than what? Sum. Okay, so we're going to have a parenthesis. We're going to add up what? There's 3.56 by negative 2.41, right? Yeah, because we're using parentheses here, so you can still keep this as a parenthesis, or you can change this as a bracket. Either way, okay? Either way, if you're still using parentheses, that's okay. So this is the numerical expression we build for this phrase, right? So simplify it, please. 0.29 add. What's the sum of these two numbers? A positive number, a negative number, compare which one has a greater absolute value, which one? 3.56, right? So, we're going to add what? I'm still using parentheses. Okay, add. Okay. And then, because we don't have the same sign, they have different signs. So we choose a positive sign for the result, and then instead of parentheses, we do what? Subtraction, right? Use absolute value, the bigger absolute value, minus the smallest absolute value, right? So 3.56 minus 2.41, right? Equals 0.29 plus 3.56 minus 2.41. What do you get? 1 point something, right? 1.15, right? So positive, right? Adding a positive, 1.15, and then add up these two numbers, same sign, both positive. So keep the positive sign, right? And add up the absolute value. So eventually we should get 1.44, right? So the other two questions, I'll let you practice, alright? Okay, question 3. Okay, well, example 3. Solve each problems. Okay, solve each problems. Alright, so we have question A, B, and C. So let's try the C together, okay? I'm going to ask a volunteer to read the question C for us, and then we do it together. So, Ronald, can you read?
Tiger's first day at the Masters tournament was an outstanding 4 under par. On his next 3 days, he scored 1 above, 3 below, and finished with 5 below. What was his ending score of the 4-day tournament?
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so Tiger's first day, is this Tiger Woods? Yeah. He's very famous, right? Alright, so Tiger's first day at this tournament was 4 under par. So how do we use a number to describe 4 under par? Do we use positive 4 or use negative 4 for under par? Pi is 0, right? Pi is 0. So 4 under par we say negative 4, okay? The first day. Then in the next 3 days, he scored 1 above. So above 1 above, right? So add 1, right? Then he scored 3 below. So we add a negative 3. And then with a 5 below. And add a what? Negative 5. Yeah. First day, 4 below. Second day, 1 above. Third day, 3 below. Day 4, 5 below. So what was his ending score of the 4-day tournament? Or addition, do it from where to where? From the left to the right. So negative 4 plus 1. Negative 3, yes. Plus negative 3 plus negative 5. Oh, all negative numbers. Then, still do it from the left to the right. What's negative 3 plus negative 3?
0.
6.
See? Same sign. Keep the same sign, which is negative. Then add the what? Add the absolute values, right? So negative 3 absolute value is 3, negative 3 absolute value is 3, so 3 plus 3 is what? 6, right? And plus negative 5. Same sign, right? Both negative, result is going to be negative. And then we add up what? 5 by 6, right? 6 by 5, right? Negative 11. You guys? Everyone? Okay?